other complaint, maybe I can combine them. The other complaint, two other complaints that we've received, raise concerns that you are likely to abuse office and that you may not have the ability to deal with complaints or disciplinary issues concerning magistrates and judges should you become Chief Justice. Reason for the latter one is that you once refused to act as assisting counsel in a tribunal that was set up to investigate judges who were suspended. And one of the reasons you gave was that you did not believe, if that is those are my words, that it appeared that you did not have faith in a witness you were supposed to lead in that tribunal. And for the former, that you instituted a malicious case against Kamlesh Patni.
Can we deal with one at a time?
Okay.
I want to respond. This complaint that you've referred to is by Nelson Havi. He has no understanding about what happened at the time. He has no facts. The first one that I resigned from.
You refused to participate in the tribunal here.
To investigate judges.
Yes.
He has no information, he has no understanding. All that Havi was doing was trolling through whatever he could find to create a memorandum to come and embarrass me. If he was sincere and knew the facts, all he has to do is to go and find out what happened to the case of Justice Aganyanya, the late. He has living relatives in this judiciary. He can go and find that what happened makes me stand out as a person who will not condone injustice. What happened was, and have you read through the 2,000-page document? Because I want to refer you to a page.
Just give your response.
I have put in the radical surgery summary of cases against judges, and I have gone on to point out that that radical surgery that was conducted by Justice Ringera during the tenure of the late Justice Gisheru is a matter that will always be a dark chapter in the judiciary of this country. In that, what appeared to have happened is the judges were identified first, and then the evidence looked for. So, in many cases, some complaints were found. But in the case of the late Justice D.K. Aganyanya, I, as assisting counsel, asked for the file and said, where is the compilation of evidence, the kind of evidence that you will get in the JSC in the preliminary panel? And I was taken round in circles between Justice Ringera and Justice
Counsel, allow me to interject yet again. I see you want to go into the background of the matter and all. Like I had mentioned earlier, we have concerns raised by stakeholders, and I just want to hear your take on some of the concerns that have been raised. The concern here is, because you see, as Chief Justice, you'll be receiving complaints from people you've interacted with before and people you do not even know, concerning the people working under you. The reassurance that the concerned parties here want to get from you is that you will not have preconceived notions about certain complaints that are complainants regarding complaints that have been raised from you. Just that.
Thank you. So I finished my answer. When it came to trying to find the evidence against Justice D.K. Aganyanya, the late Justice Gisheru and the late Ringera took me round in circles till I established that there was no such evidence. When it came time to compiling the evidence, I was told who was supposed to be the complainant, who had not yet recorded a statement, yet a report had been made to the president, which resulted in the suspension of the late Justice D.K. Aganyanya. I have no apologies in saying that at that point, I washed my hands over the process. So when somebody says, I would therefore walk away from a process, that is irregular, faulty, he should be giving me a commendation, not criticizing me. That's what I have to say.
Thank you. Maybe we can move on to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
The next one touches on the case against, the murder case against Kamlesh Patni.
Mm-hmm.
And the concern here is that you have a propensity to abusing power.
Again, this is another false complaint by Havi, the suspended president, who had no right at all to forward such a complaint in the name of the LSK. But having said that, I have attached correspondence. There has been no complaint regarding the same case by the accused of the day, Mr. Kamlesh Patni. There has been no complaint again by his lawyers. But it bears pointing out that this is a matter that created great concern on the part of the judge who heard that case and purported to make those remarks about the conduct of the prosecution. You'll find in the correspondence I sent you, it turned out that several things happened that were very unusual. The late Justice Gisheru sent the trial judge on leave. The late Justice Gisheru then, without any notification, assigned the case to Justice Jesse Lesit, who was not on the criminal murder trial murder trial bench. The personal advocate of Justice Gisheru, Fred Ngatia Senior Counsel, on the same day appeared as defense counsel. And then what happened was the judge galloped the case like the world was ending. First of all, we expected her to simply notify us that the case would not proceed. She said it was going to proceed, and it then proceeded. And it got to a point where we had to have a talk in chambers, where in front of the defense, I said, Madam, if you have made up your mind, keep it to yourself, but wait until it is time to rule on the matter. When the matter, she then forced the prosecution to close its case without calling a vital witness who was abroad and who Interpol was about to bring. And in 7 days, delivered a ruling of no case to answer, the contentious ruling. I, at the time, was still the DPP. I went to the registrar of the criminal division, whose name was Julio Seco, and requested to peruse the file. When the file would not come out of the chambers of the judge. When it finally came, it came with an instruction that the DPP could not photocopy the handwritten proceedings, but could only peruse them. When the proceedings or the draft, the handwritten judgment was perused, it materially differed from the typed ruling. This matter was reported to the Chief Justice. No action was taken. This matter was reported to the judges, and vetting board. And there was a very interesting outcome, as a result of which there was a further complaint. So my answer to that question is that that judgment is impugned. It gave rise to complaints. I don't accept the accusations therein, and it was brought before this commission in bad faith.
Okay, thank you. We've noted your comments on that.
Mm-hmm.
There are some other complaints that we have received. Some of them touch on cases that are live, so I'll refrain from asking you about those. Some, I believe, have been served upon you. So whatever response you're going to give to the commission will be considered.
I would like, actually what my detractors in quotes have done, have circulated these widely on social media. I would love the opportunity to give a short answer to every complaint.
All the complaints that you have
all
been
the complaints, I see them on social media. I see them circulated by Havi, and then the next day you send them to me.
There are some that we have seen your response and we didn't feel the need to raise with you. There are some that have been served on you. You are yet to give us a response.
I have responded to everything served on me, unless you served me today. I was served with one more yesterday. I also responded within 15 minutes.
Great, then the response will be considered. Thank you.
So do I have the chance to clear my name?